what are a couple things that you're noticing for yourself, Ken? I mean, and you're always been light years ahead of most people with this and with your family. I mean, at some point we have to share with the viewers just the fact that your family has its own token economy and its own,
That's right.
virtual internets, and it's just crazy when I, been to
Yeah.
your place or what you share. So that's like you're like the Jetsons. You're like the advanced, the advanced version. But if you think about some things, even from your world, what are some recent new unlocks as your family is becoming more digitized? What are some things you're noticing? What are some things you're learning, and how are you handling those?
This is interesting. My family would probably tell you they don't feel like the Jetsons; they feel like guinea pigs. But at the, at the same time, but yes, we do have a lot of fun, and I'll even put a link to the TEDx talk I did called "Token Economies at Home." It's actually gotten. I've had a lot of people call me and tell me they're using that system now to manage screen time. I think this COVID-19 pandemic and quarantine might blow that up a little bit. It might need some revision, but such is life. One of the things here, and this is going to sound a little different, but kids are incredibly capable. Okay, sometimes as parents we helicopter them too much and we don't give them the credit that they're due, actually. So with my 10-year-old and my 7-year-old, I have taken them on basically as apprentices. And now when it's time for, say, my wife's fitness class, instead of me having to be basically the IT guy for everything, my 10-year-old son is now extremely capable of setting up all the AV necessary for Rocket Space, for the HelloFit fitness classes, for his own and his brother's school Zoom calls with his teachers. I don't have to do that anymore. And so the kind of the thing I'm observing here is that prior to this, this need, frankly, because while I'm in here, I can only be in one place at a time. What I realized was just how flexible and how capable a 10 and 7-year-old can be when you let them use the tools. Now, there's an issue here in that the more access you give, the more interesting they find. So in my case, for example, YouTube is all tied to a single account in my house. So when people, and it will happen, when people start watching YouTube shows that you don't really want them to see as a 10 or 7-year-old, at least I can audit it. I might not always be able to catch it because the teachers are sending the students recordings on YouTube. Well, anybody who knows what YouTube is knows that when you click on one thing, the first thing it does is pre-roll an ad. Let me tell you, that ad might be for something your 10-year-old or 7-year-old doesn't really even need to know about. And then it'll have interstitials that you can't control. And when it's done, it'll autoplay if you don't set this up, the next thing. So I'm noticing that there's this massive invasion in my home of, frankly, content for my youngest that I don't really want them to see, but also there are limits to how much I can police that. And so the conversation has switched. It's, look, I know you're going to see stuff sometimes that you shouldn't see and that I don't even want you to see. Please just turn it off. And I'm finding that they are every time, right? I'll look and I'll see, oh, this thing came on and it's 2 seconds. They know, they turn it off. They are self-policing, and maybe not 100% of the time, but enough to make me feel comfortable that they know right from wrong. And that's the best we can do to teach them anyway, right? They're going to run into lots of things in life. So all this being stuck at home and being, we're almost 100% digital. I mean, we still don't eat the bits and bytes, but it's intense. And those are the things that I'm observing that are really, really hitting me